We're in the booking screen. Let's go to the navigation, and the next thing we're going to do is the room assignment report. So let's go ahead and go there. The room assignment report initially has a reason where if you're using the application and you have a conflict, or you're not sure if you have a conflict based on the room number and a booking for that particular room, you want to know if that room for a certain date is going to be available or not, and there's some confusion maybe. Well, this is the data that's derived from the booking and assignment records. So if there's any conflict, you'll see it immediately because you'll have the date. In this case, you can look at the dates for dates assigned and the arrival dates. The arrival date is 3/24 and 3/9. So if you want to do a find and you want to find out for sure, you could put in the room number. Let's go to this, do an action, start a find, go to the room number, and put in the room number. And now you could put in a date if you wanted to by just picking the arrival date. But I'm going to just show you for multiple records what you might see. So let's go to there and say perform the find. Let's first of all put some date in there, I guess. You got to have something in there. It says room status. So I got the wrong thing. Let's correct that. That's why we always like to see that you sometimes can make a mistake by putting in the wrong field, but you can easily correct it right away. And it's looking after you to make sure you're not putting data in there that will not work in a find. So let's go see. You see 7 found. Let's go ahead and run the report so we can see it with clarity. Now what's it doing here? It's come in and it's looked for room 1, and it's found each time that there's a room 1 in there, room number 1, but it's doing something where it's missing. It's getting a 101. So you have to also probably use the booking IDs in some cases, but you can also see in the status, even on this, you can see if it were room 1 repeatedly in there, it should be the next record available in there, so you know. This is 4/28, which is out in April, and this one's back in March. So if you scroll up and down, you can see when the requirements are and when they're going to be in there. Now what you can also do is you can put in the arrival date. Now what I normally do is I'll look at the record before I start running it, and I'll see arrival date 3/24. If that's the date I'm concerned about, I would go ahead and put that in when I do the start find. When you click in here, you can do the 3/24, so March 24th. In this case, you would do your finger, but when I'm on the desktop, that's a little hard to do. So it's March 24th of 16, and then just do the report, perform the find. And you'll see now I end up with 1 record. When you get a 1 record or you finish the find, you're going to end up also with the income, if there was income on there, as far as the report. So this serves another thing that you can do. It'll show you if somebody has departed and they've completed, and this says pending reservation, but that's me because I'm not updating all the information all the time, and I should for the example records. But basically, you can see if they have any charges and the sum of those. So it'd be whatever tax is the sum of, the subtotal sum, and the actual amount of billed items into that particular room for that particular date. Now, if you come back to this after the fact, now you can look at things and make sure that you have billing information in here. And if you wanted to do a report for the rooms assigned, you can actually see how much revenue room number 1 has had over what period of time. For example, I could put in the arrival date and the depart dates, and I can make the depart date say like 3 days or a week or whatever. I can start at one and the other, and what it's going to do is it's going to give me that range of dates and then put the information in here. This probably is obvious to you. If you're looking at room assignment information, you're going to put these into a selection that now if you want to reuse the same information in another thing like a list view, it's going to give you that information for that date range on that find. So if you change the screen to where the current record's in there and you did not show the show all records again, that is the current selection of records that's available. So for example, if I go over to the list view for add rooms, or let's say in this case it would be the list view for room assignments, you'll see the only record that's going to show in here right now is the record that I just selected. And if you want to go back to that record, you can click back into it and run the navigation report, go back to the room assignment report, and that same information will be here. So that's kind of a nice thing to know that you can do that kind of thing. There are other statistics in here you might want to know, is how many days stay the average person's making in that room, how many guests you normally have in there, how many children are you having over a certain period of time. You can do different kinds of finds and get exotic and try things to see how they actually work out for you. Okay, and that's the room assignment report. Now, as I leave here, I'm going to go back for good practices, go back and run the report and have the room set up for the next person who's going to be coming in here. They have all the data that they need and the records that are available to them. Thank you for taking this.